it, but I'm gonna just here, I'm gonna paste that thing. So I want to listen to that later. I hate putting music on here because you put music on the show and you get in trouble for YouTube, or at least they try to take you money. Because I don't make any money with the show other than the generous donations from you, so I guess I shouldn't worry about it. But still, it annoys me having that red dollar sign or even the yellow one. It's like, oh, they're going to share revenue. What revenue is sharing from this? I don't have anybody to watch it. But anyway, it's Yom Kippur. That was the point. That's the big holiday. And also, today is the beginning of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Save the titties. Yes. The World Health Organization launches Breast Cancer Awareness Month 2025 on equity and early detection. What? Hang on a second. Let me read this bullshit. Anytime you hear the word equity, what do we do, class? The word equity. What do? Very good. We run. The World Health Organization begins breast cancer awareness on October 1st, 2025, under the theme, every story is unique, every journey matters. Okay, that's good. That's fine. While addressing 2.3 million annual cases and 70% of deaths in underserved regions. Okay. The Global Breast Cancer Initiative seeks a 2.5% annual mortality reduction through health promotion, timely diagnosis, and care in over 80 countries. Regional efforts in Pakistan, Europe, Africa. Wait, okay. Do you see what they just did there? Now that may be a grok mistake for all I know. Regional efforts in Pakistan, Europe, Africa, which are continents, and India include calls for self-exam and free screenings of survivor stories on X highlight early action impacts. Okay, that's not so bad, I guess, as I read that. I'm just skeptical of the WHO. Anyway, so people are doing... I don't think that's what they meant! 3 mammograms. Place boobs here. Attention, ladies. October's breast cancer awareness is important to get checked. I was fortunate enough to get a free one on my way to work this morning from this guy. Love you all. Okay. Anyway, in other words, save the titties. You get the point. All right. Other holidays that are happening. Let's look it up real quick. National Black Dog Day. Well, I don't own a black dog. National Homemade Cookie Day. Okay, let's make some homemade cookies today. International Music Day, International Coffee Day. Yeah, baby! I thought that was yesterday. Coffee with a Cop Day? Have you ever had a coffee with a cop? I haven't. National Hair Day, International Walk to School Day, which was every day when I was a kid. Up wills both ways. World Vegetarian Day. That. Look, I understand. Meat is murder. Tasty murder. Dance Day, National Pumpkin Seed Day, Nigeria Independence Day. Yeah, shit going on in Nigeria has me very concerned. I'm paying attention to bad shit. Nigeria Independence Day. Raise the World Sake Day. Is that like, is that a salute to that red-haired chick that used to be in the White House press secretary, Jen Psaki? I don't think so. Balloons Around the World Day, International Day of Older Persons. Hey, they got a holiday for us, baby. National Firefly Day.
Yeah, you forgot it.
What's Tuvalu? Where the fuck is Tuvalu? I don't know where that is. National Kale Day. And whatever that, Pachuma Bay. So whatever that holiday is that was every day last month, it's not that holiday anymore. So there you go. Good. Those poor Nigerian princesses will really need their help. Yeah, they sure will. All right, moving on. Pope Leo is trending. Apparently he said something that was probably a swipe at Donald Trump in a way, but it's an interesting statement he made because he was talking about um, who was he talking specifically to? Let me scroll down here. Oh, so apparently one of the cardinals in the United States decided to honor the appropriately named Senator Dick Durbin. And so he was weighing in on that, and he decided he made this statement because the Cardinal Kubich decision to honor pro-abortion Senator Dick Durbin, saying, "I think it's very important to look at the overall work that this senator has done during, if I'm not mistaken, 40 years of service in the United States Senate." The appropriately named Dick Durbin, and the Pope made this statement, which is interesting. Listen, he said, "I understand the difficulties and the tensions, but I think, as I myself have spoken in the past, it is important to look at many issues that are related to what is the teaching of the church." Someone who says, "I'm against abortion, but I'm in favor of death penalty," is not really pro-life. Well, the Pope know that. Well, I don't know. Anyway, this is the Pope speaking. I'm going to honor him. So, this is his opinion. He says, "So someone who says I'm against abortion, but I'm in agreement with the inhumane treatment of immigrants who are in the United States, I don't know if that's pro-life." That's interesting. So you're pro-criminal. The treatment of immigrants. Immigrants are, at least in my political sense, are people who go through a process. So I don't know what immigrants he's talking about. Are you talking about the people who cross the border illegally? That's a different thing to me. Anyway, he continues. So they're very complex issues. I don't know if anyone has all the truth on them, including that's my side there. But I would ask first and foremost that there'd be a greater respect for one another.
You guys, please go over there.
And that we search together both as human beings
hello.
and that
is awesome.
Is American citizens. We're citizens.
No, just say hi.
As well as Catholics
and
to say we need
like
to really
like
look closely at all these ethical issues.
Just
and
say
find a
hi
way
from
forward as
Wild-Wolf.
church teachings. Church teaching on each one of those issues is very clear. Thank you. Really? Clear? One's a political opinion and one's a liturgical opinion. I suppose again, Jesus said, let Pilate have his whatever. I don't remember how to say that in the Bible. I mean, I am, but I'm not. Anyway, that's what the Pope said, and that's why he's trending. Moving on. Oh, here. Should I make that a separate post? I think I will. Let's leave it that way. Pfizer is trending. Pfizer, the drug company, the place that gave us the jab that everyone was forced to take, either from them or Moderna or the other ones, whatever. Anyway, apparently Trump has announced a deal with Pfizer. President Donald Trump has announced a voluntary agreement with Pfizer on September 30th in the White House, implementing most favored nation pricing for the company's medications in Medicaid to match the lowest rates in other developed countries, with discounts of 80 to 85% on drugs like Xeljanz, which still sounds like that sounds like one of those 80s music CD compilations that you buy on late night TV. Xeljanz sounds like Xeljanz. Anyway, and Duave starting in 2026. Like 2026. Why not start it now? In exchange for a 3-year tariff-free period, Pfizer pledged $70 billion in U.S. investments for manufacturing research in areas such as cancer treatments and vaccines. The deal coincides with the planned 2026 launch of the Trump RX site. I appreciate the president. I wish he'd stop trying to put his name on everything. But that's kind of his brand, putting his name on everything. Enabling uninsured consumers to access direct manufacturing discounts and potentially save billions annually for low-income Americans, which is a good thing. You know, we get jacked on drug prices in the United States, so that's a good thing. Bobby Kennedy, this is a picture of Bobby Kennedy while the CEO of Pfizer, Borla, was talking. Bobby doesn't look very happy about having Mr. Borla in his, eyesight. But anyway, so that's what's going on there. I'll make that a separate thing. And so that's what's going on. So a lot of people talking about Pfizer today, but and some people are saying, well, yeah, you're making a deal with the devil. So anyway, let's see. Alec Berenson, the game is rigged. I'm sorry, I've been fighting for the truth against Big Pharma for decades, and I will never stop. But this game is rigged. Pfizer and the rest of the drug companies own both parties. Ew! Ouch, babe! Ouch! Other people saying, what's this guy? You can't say nobody is above the law and then give Albert Bourla Pfizer your business. Ouch, babe! Ouch! People are not happy. Now here's one. RFK heaps praise on President Trump for 2 minutes straight after he struck a deal that other politicians said was impossible. Trump forced Pfizer and other pharmaceutical giants to sell their prescription drugs to Medicaid at the most favored nation price, the same lowest prices they charge overseas. Kennedy called something Democrats have wanted for 20 years, Republicans have wanted for 20 years, but said no president's ever been able to make it happen until Trump pushed drug companies to the table. Well, here, let's let Bobby talk himself. If you can stand listening to his voice, if not, walk away for 2 minutes and 26 seconds. We're going to play the whole damn fucking thing. Maybe, unless I change my mind in the middle of it, because I'm tired of hearing him, whatever. Hello, Shrapnel, by the way. Good morning, sir. And Lord Stano, welcome back. I've seen you for a couple minutes. All right. And Keisha Kirsten, hello. All right, here's Bobby Kennedy talking about this breakthrough deal with Pfizer and some other drug companies.
This would not have happened without President Trump's leadership. I told my son last night, we're all under secrecy about this, but I told my son late last night, a 21-year-old son, Connor, who's a very liberal Democrat, I told him this was happening, and he...
Real quick. I'll remind you of the words that were written that I read. This, at this moment, applies to Medicaid. So if you're not part of Medicaid, it doesn't apply to you. Now, fortunately, my insurance through my company that I work for is fantastic. So I don't pay tons for the drug price either, but I'm sure the insurance company that pays for my drug prices, whatever, I'm sure they probably get Rachel Cole because they can. Anyway.
Just pause for a minute, and he said, thank you, Dad, I'm so proud of you. Because this is something Democrats have wanted for 20 years. Republicans have wanted for 20 years. Everybody has said they're going to do it. Nobody has even taken a step towards doing it. The reason was because it was such a daunting task. And, even all of the negotiators, you see, I also want to thank Aaron Lutnick. This wouldn't have happened without him. But even all the negotiators here and all the people involved at HHS and the White House team, all we could see was all the reasons that this couldn't happen. Everybody tried. Nobody could make it happen. And it was President Trump alone who, with his doggedness, his persistence, his insane, he saw this clearly in a way that none of us, in its most simplest terms, why are we spending more on this country than any other country? Why are we spending 75% of the revenues that come to the pharmaceutical industry? We're doing all the research, and everybody else is riding on our slipstream. And President Trump, I would say, harangued and harassed us to make this happen.
I have to laugh just because the way they laugh, they're like, oh, shit, he did. Oh, man.
You got to get MFN done. At one point, Dr. My wife is moderated. Saying about different things that doesn't have any kidding.
Okay, I don't need more anecdotes. That's enough. You get the idea. It was effusive in his praise for President Trump for getting this deal done. For, again, it's limited to Medicaid. Although, this whole Trump RX thing that they're trying to put together is so that people who are uninsured could also get the cheap drug prices. So we'll see how this goes. And I guarantee you that someone who, with a D behind their name, is going to bitch and say this is not a good deal. And maybe it is, maybe it's not. We'll find out. Trump just praised his friend Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla, who lied about the vaccine efficacy and responsible for the death of 470,000 people. Oh, shit! Some people are feeling betrayed about this. Some people are feeling betrayed with this, though. I'm just telling you, not everyone's happy about this. Today was Trump's worst day. All of his base despises Pfizer and the shots. Everyone is fully aware that this company, what this company is, what it did, and what it
Uncle Josh,
Trump
if you're always trying to
face
sleep in the mornings when you join, then why do you join?
no amount of rallying people to the side can fix it. So, hey, not everyone's happy about this. And I understand it, because Pfizer maybe was the most evil company. So, boy, let's see. Say no right now. Former Vice President at Pfizer, Dr. Mike Keegan, urged you to reject digital ID. Oh, that's in the UK. So anyway, you want to see some opinions? There's some opinions both for and against this shit. My take is pharmaceutical companies have way too much power. People in some ways, you know, you need them, but they're all fuckers. Good morning, Rockhopper. What's up? Welcome to the show. All right, next up is let's see, we did that already. Oh, apparently Elon Musk is asking people to boycott Netflix. I hadn't seen this till this morning. Elon Musk introduced Netflix boycott over trans show and creators curfew. So let's see. Elon Musk called for canceling their Netflix subscription after reposting a clip from the 2022 animated series Dead End Paranormal Park, which features a transgender teen character and is rated TV Y7. So youth. It's oh, I didn't know about this. Look, I'm not gonna cancel Netflix over that minor thing. Look, if you're gonna try to find TV that doesn't constantly throw some transgender or male two guys kissing or whatever, good luck. I mean, my wife and I laugh about it every time we try. Like immediately we start anything on Netflix or anything we watch on TV, any movie, we always try to guess. Okay, who's gonna be the first gay character that does some gay shit on TV or some weird shit on TV? It's hard to get away from. Hello, Rick Ashford. What's up? Anyway, the renewed criticism stems from resurfaced clips and creator Hamish Steele's social media comments expressing relief at the September 29th assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, who Steele called, quote, a random Nazi. Fuck. They gotta stop this whole Nazi bashing bullshit here. Constantly label people right. Because when you can label somebody someone that's as someone's evil, you're inviting violence on them. Remember the old days when they were, the anti-fa fuckwads were saying punch a Nazi? Well, if everyone's a Nazi that doesn't agree with you, you can punch anybody, right? That's kind of where they're at here. Anyway, supporters defend the show's LGBTQ plus representation. It's positive for you. Why? Why is it positive for you? Well, Netflix has now responded to reports of increased cancellations and a slight stock decline. So anyway, this is, look, it's not just Netflix. This is a little editorial cartoon.
I think we might have
It's not just Netflix. It's the whole industry. You got the Trojan horse transgender woke agenda coming into your house through the kids.
Yeah.
Because it's relentless. And you just gotta teach your kids stuff. Don't let your kids pay attention to what your kids are doing and who they're listening to, what they're saying. Breaking mass cancellations of Netflix is happening thanks to Elon Musk. Keep it going. Lots of people showing their cancellation confirmations. there you go. Elon Musk is reportedly considering funding a massive competitor to Netflix to put them out of business. Oh, so thinking, because yesterday wasn't it Grokpedia? Yes, it was Grokpedia, and now he's thinking of funding a competitor to Netflix. Look, if it's cheaper and has a little more stability, that'd be great. Although, look, Netflix does do some quality stuff too. It's it's a tough bag because you can choose what you watch on Netflix, and if you're a smart parent, you know what your kids are watching on Netflix, so you can choose those things. So the boycott of that is kind of sick, if you ask me. But anyway, oh my God, Dead End Paranormal Park, shown on Netflix, is pushing pro-transgender on our children. And I'm not going to show it because I'll get with it. Oh, but this is for 7-year-olds? Wait a minute. Let me take a chance. Here's what they're showing. They're showing for 7-year-olds on Netflix.
It's not the part. It's me. I'm trans, Norma. And everyone at home knows. And being here, it's like a whole new place.
Why are we why is
And I can choose if and when I tell people. I've never been happier. And that's saying something when I spent a day chased by a terrifying zombie mascot.
what? Okay, so this is for 7-year-olds. Why? Why?
No.
Why is it important? All right, moving. Let's move. Government shutdown. I'll briefly talk about this, but there's not a whole lot to say about it. Although there is a good explanation of why it's happening, and I'll show that to you in a bit. Because the U.S. has shut down partially over this says over the Affordable Care Act subsidy it passed. So Democrats apparently think it's very important that people coming to the country illegally, illegal immigrants, are to get their Medicare, even though they say they're not getting Medicare, the U.S. federal government, and a partial shutdown at midnight this morning, after Congress failed to pass
That's
funding
why
legislation by
Mayor
September 30th, meaning they were to do a continuing resolution again, which I
It's
hate.
not
I'd rather
here,
them just do a
but
fucking budget, but I know the difficulty
No,
for that.
that's not going to
And
shut your.
we've been living on continuing resolutions for years. Anyway,
That cannot control anything.
Democrats sought extensions to prevent
thought you
premium
meant
increases for 22 million low-income Americans. It was a dispute over the Affordable Care Act subsidies. While Republicans rejected the demands, falsely. Oh my God, this is Grok's summary of it. So they're going by what people on what people on X say, and so they're towing the Democrat line here in the summary. Listen to this shit, because you can tell whose information they took. Medicaid, yes, I meant Medicaid, didn't I? I meant that. Democrats sought extensions to prevent premium increases for 22 million low-income Americans, while Republicans rejected demands, falsely claiming they benefited
Young lady.
undocumented
That's at
immigrants,
the end of the line.
despite fact checks
Just for
confirming
updates,
subsidies
yeah,
target
like-
citizens and legal residents.
I even said avocados, yeah, beforehand.
I don't think that's what they fucking said. They just don't want to. Look, there's documented proof that illegal aliens are getting Social Security and Medicaid. Because the Biden administration was issuing them Social Security numbers, and they figured out that about 1.4 million of them were getting them. So anyway, and there's a couple other things that I'll show you that will surprise you. That one case in Iowa about that. Remember that superintendent? There's a story about him that you're gonna get a kick out of here. Anyway, the shutdown furloughs about 800,000 federal workers, closes non-essential services like national parks, Smithsonian Museum, with essential operations continuing unpaid. Economic impacts reminiscent of the 2018 crisis. Well, look, here's the bright spot. Here's the bright spot. At least save some money this year. So they're blaming this on the Republicans, Kamala Harris, President Trump, and congressional Republicans just shut down the government because they refused to stop your health care costs from rising. That's an interesting take. The continuing resolution was to keep the government running until I don't know how, to the end of December while they're working on budget shit. And the Democrats filibustered the continuing resolution. Nothing was going to change from yesterday to the day as far as what's being funded. Democrats filibustered it because they wanted to have their way. Now, these assholes always talking about democracy, you're fighting democracy. Hey, guess what? The people of the United States of America voted for a Republican president, a Republican Congress, or House, and a Republican Senate. So you are thwarting the will of the people when you do this. Because that's what our representatives wanted to do. But by using the filibuster, which when Republicans have when Democrats have a slight majority in the Senate, and Republicans block Senate action, you guys want to get rid of the Senate, saying it's not democratic because it's only you got Republicans from little states, and then the Democrats represent the people. Well, shoes on the other foot, asswipes. Now, let me give you the best explanation of what has happened. But first, Gordy, select boy. How you doing? So, let me pull up a YouTube video, or not YouTube. This would be a Instagram. Might be a TikTok. I don't know. Whatever. I couldn't explain it any better than this person. So that's what we're gonna do. We're listening to this person right here. This young lady is gonna explain it to you.
If you're one of those people wondering, why can't Republicans pass a budget and stop a government shutdown? After all, these people have the majority in the House and the Senate. Let me explain why. As we learned in elementary school, Congress is in charge of appropriating money to the federal government, meaning it's their job to make the budget. 2 weeks ago, the House of Representatives side passed what's called a continuing resolution. We'll just call it a CR to keep it short. This would keep current government funding roughly the same until November 21st, basically giving Congress more time to strike a deal without closing the government down.
Yep.
After the CR passed the House, it went to the Senate, and Democrat senators filibustered.
What does
A
SMH
filibuster
mean?
means they delayed discussion of the CR. What can be confusing is that usually to pass a bill, the Senate just needs a simple majority.
Shake my head,
Vote on
shake
it,
my head.
51 say yes, yay, it's passed. But in order to end a filibuster, the Senate needs 60 votes to pass. Now let's do some math. Republicans have 53 senators. 2 are likely voting no, Senators Lisa Murkowski and Rand Paul. And 1 Democrat, John Fetterman, is voting yes. That means 51 senators are voting yes to end the filibuster and pass the CR. However, because Democrats invoked the filibuster, a simple majority can't end the filibuster. The Senate needs 60 votes to move forward. Now the question is, what do Democrats want to stop the pending shutdown? According to Democrats themselves, they want the government to refund NPR and PBS, refund USAID.
By the way, they have no business doing this. It's just a continuing resolution. If they want to fight over that, they can fight over that in the regular budget. We've done continuing resolutions under both parties being in power, and all of a sudden they want to make all these changes rather than doing a continuing resolution. But when they're in charge, continuing resolution are the way we do things. Okay?
And foreign aid programs that were cut earlier this year by DOGE, and they want a near complete rollback of President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill. Specifically, they want to ensure that illegal immigrants have access to government-funded health care. Now, common sense would tell Democrats they're not going to get any of this because they're in the minority, and failing to extend budget discussions means TSA workers, air traffic controllers won't get paid, the FBI won't get paid, small businesses, they're not going to get loans. A lot of veteran services are going to be on pause. To me, this is
No,
really simple.
veterans are not being
Democrats didn't win the election, and they're banking on Americans' ignorance to blame this on Republicans, when the reality is that a handful of Democratic senators could do the right thing and just pass the CR. If you're one
Oh, but no! It's Chuck, the smarmy prick from New York, Schumer. Playing political games. Real quick, thank you, Avocado Diablo, putting the small bowl in the tip jar. Appreciate it. And you are Streamland Superstar sponsor today. Avocado Diablo said, this I'm a little slow on this. It says, if I made little Pope shaped soap and had a string in the shape of a noose that you could hang it up in the shower and I call
Hey.
it on a rope. Would that be sacrilege?
AD.
Chat, I'll let you answer the question. Let me ask that question again. If I made a little poke-shaped soap that had a string in the shape of a noose that you could hang up in the shower, and I called it Pope on a rope, would that be sacrilege? That's spicy. Oh, I didn't change the. Anyway, Midnight says yes. That's a fucking great idea. No, Rockhopper, come on now. Anyway, that's that's terrible. That's terrible.
Or San Hope, yes, it would be, and I had one.
All right. So anyway, so the
Really?
government is shutting down, and Chuck Schumer, the smarmy prick of New York, is trending.
Oh boy.
Here, Q poll shows low favorability for Trump bans Russian. Oh, interesting. Chuck Schumer is fighting mad about the fact that 10 million people are going to lose their health care. Fun fact, not a single one of them is an American. Oh, snap. I voted for this. Nancy Mace, I want everyone to know that our government is shutting down tonight because of a former bartender from the Bronx. Chuck Schumer is terrified of AOC primary again. So he's catering to the far left who would rather pay for the legal aid with healthcare than pay for your troops. I'm not going to play her. By the way, here's Chuck Schumer. We watched this yesterday. This is appropriate. Chuck
I
Schumer
no
yesterday
longer think I
about,
want to be in here.
well, no. Here's Chuck
Stop reading
Schumer
the comments right now, young lady.
bitching about the federal government by law does not fund health care insurance for undocumented immigrants in Medicaid, period. Nor the ACA nor Medicare. They're lying. Except California had to change the whole program because they were using their Medicaid funding, specifically in Cali Care, whatever the hell that shit's called, to fund health care for illegal aliens. So, yes, it does. Maybe not directly, but certainly that's what some states are using their money that they get from the federal government for. So you're just lying through your ass, Mr. Smarmy Prick from New York. Akeem Jeffries was mad to Mr. Turnip Jeffries because he has the charisma of a turnip. Here's Turnip talking about it. Apparently, this is a Republican against Trump account, so they think this is great. Oh, this is when he's bad. He was bad because they did a meme about it. I saw this on your show, Monkey, this morning. He was mad that Donald Trump did a meme, so he decided to be tough guy. This is Turnip Jeffries talking about Trump.
The next time you have something to say about me.
Oh my gosh, he has. Look at how. Sorry, hello keyboard. Dude, I am. Every time he talks, I'm like, you can't be real. You're like the worst actor on the planet. Listen, watch him.
The next time you have something to say about me.
Oh, did you see Maxie Water? Woo! Woo!
Don't cop out to a racist and fake AI video.
Okay, first of all, it wasn't racist. He just had some Mexican garb, some shit. But I'm telling you, he has the charisma of a turnip. That's why I call him Turnip. Turnip Jeffries.
When I'm back in the Oval Office, say it to my face.
You don't think he'll say it to your face, Hakeem? Come on. Have you watched some of the meetings he's had and some of the things he's said directly to people's faces? And nothing in that meme video. He didn't say anything about you or to you. He was making fun of Chuck Schumer. But you were there because you're big. He didn't make fun of you. Anyway, Turnip is really boring. Hello, Evan.
Say it to my face.
Oh, I am. Woo! If he ever said something like that to me in a video in front of a bunch of Democrats, I would be shaking in my boots. I'd be shaking in my boots for fear of falling asleep because, again, he has the charisma of a turnip. Anyway, Ooh, Keith Jeff got bringing the heat. Barely. Oh my gosh, breaking Fox News just revealed that Joe Biden needed reference cards with photos and bios to remember people like J.B. Prickster, Chuck, the smarmy prick from New York Schumer, Hillary Clinton, and Denzel Washington. Okay, that has nothing to do with this. Here's Chuck screaming about the meme. I even not even play the meme. I just like to hear the reactions. Here's Chuck whining about the meme.
Yesterday, the president posted offensive deepfake AI video.
No. Hold on. No. It was not a deep fake. See, a deep fake is one that you would try to play off as something that was real, as in, like you'd make this video of them saying something that they didn't say, but was intended to make you think they actually said it. The video it made of you was pure comedy, and it was obvious it was fake. In fact, it was intentionally obviously fake, so that no one would think that it was something you really said. But it may as well have been something you really said. And it was kind of funny. Anyway, hello, Keith. I said Keith. I don't know.
Of Leader Jeffries and me. With sombreros, fake music.
Yeah, so, you knew it was fake then, right?
Impersonating my voice through AI, it wasn't me.
No shit, it wasn't you. Oh my God. Did anyone think it was actually Chuck Schumer, the smarmy prick from New York? I don't think they did. But hey, maybe some people are really just that stupid. It's possible, but very unlikely because the sombrero and the mustache were clearly fake. Anyway.
Talking even more lies about healthcare and immigration.
Oh.
Listen to this, America. Hours away from the shutdown, which we don't want.
No, you do want. You're the one who initiated, Chuck. You smarmy prick from New York. What's his nickname? Sorry.
The American people don't want. The president is busy trolling away on the internet like a 10-year. And that's exactly why Americans are going to blame him if the government shuts down. That's another proof point. Yesterday, the
Republicans
My water, please.
were doing a continuing resolution
Well,
to keep the government funded while you continue to negotiate the budget issues.
You switched it over.
Yeah, that's
Chuck,
100%.
the smarmy prick from New York,
I plugged it
Schumer,
in.
I don't know where my cord went. Yonder
Filibuster.
took off with it. She brought it to work
That
yesterday. I don't know where I went after that.
one that has been passed under both Democratic
Go up and grab my
and
phone.
Republican houses and senates. So, you
Whoa.
alone
I almost
are
fell.
the cause of the
Take it with
shutdown
you.
because you
I
refused
can't
to
unless you
negotiate
want me
further
waking up Dad.
Use
during
ours.
the continuing resolution budget that would continue the
Never
government
mind
as
this one.
is, exactly as it is
Plus,
now.
plug in your hearing.
So,
I was gonna have you make a
can't
hot
blame
coffee.
Republicans for this.
What?
You
gonna
made
have you make hot
demands
coffee.
for changes into that budget.
I need my ankle.
Continuing resolution. So you're fine. And you know it, and you're playing politics.
president posted offensive.
Okay, that's the same. Offensive to you because, boy, oh boy, it was a little too close to reality. Now, here we go. Here's some people on TikTok are ripping Democrats over the Schumer shutdown. The truth is winning. This video has 72,000 likes in less than a day. I don't know if that's a lot for TikTok for a day, but here's this is someone who's ripping on Schumer for this shit.
$1 billion of free motherfucking money to the immigrants for health care. And if not, if the other side don't agree with it, they talk about shutting down the motherfucking government. Why the fuck do you bitches fight so hard for everybody but your own motherfucking people?
She got
I'm sorry, those folks weren't supposed to be here to begin with. I don't really give two flying fucks. What about us? What about us motherfuckers who struggle to pay for health care? And even though we pay a fortune on our motherfucking health care, it still ain't enough. It still the fuck ain't enough. You still gotta come out of pocket for hell of shit. Motherfuckers dying because they can't afford health care around this bitch.
okay.
Are you fucking kidding me? You be dying and have to be motherfucking airless. Do you know how much that shit costs? I saw a lady post her bill. It was almost $60,000 motherfucking dollars. That's what we deal with when it comes to healthcare. Sorry, Spin for the goddamn step. Help. America. Before you worry about helping everybody else. God damn. You know what?
Mom, I have a little surprise for you.
Look, you're not supposed to be down here.
It's gotta be.
Okay, so there you go.
You give it too hyper.
And that's one.
Hey, get out of there. Over.
That's my area.
Here,
You got your area over here.
Tim Scott.
Nope, lay
I'm
down.
gonna skip Tim Scott. I want to hear.
Lock the key. Did you lock the doors?
What's this? Bill member. Oh no! It's Sarah.
I forgot a
McBride,
box.
The dude that's.
Dang it.
You'd forget your head if it wasn't attached today.
Show you are now the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. TC King Rodent says, I would date Chucky Boy to protect America as payment for the stamp tax that caused us to split.
Hey.
TC, okay, so today it's Chuck Schumer. Yesterday it was Nancy Pelosi. I mean, you would really take one for the team that bad? Like, going like both sides of the aisle, so to speak. And I don't mean the Republican Democrats. I'm getting concerned. I'm getting concerned. Hello, Raymond Lewis. What's up? All right. What is Miss Sarah McBride saying here? Male Americans pretending to be a female made this cringe skit to wrongly blame Republicans for the Schumer shutdown. The Schumer shutdown. That's a great name for it. Let's see what this dickhead had to say.
Hey.
We're barreling towards a shutdown. All my Democratic colleagues are here. I'm going to go search for my Republican colleagues. Republicans.
Oh my
Y'all know
God.
there's a government shutdown. Republicans. Anyone here?
Why aren't you looking for Chuck Schumer, dude? Dude, why aren't you looking for Chuck Schumer? Chuck, look for the Senate Democrats. The Senate Democrats are causing the shutdown.
Lay down.
End of story.
Lay down.
Mike Johnson in here?
Let's see if some Republicans are in here.
Are there any Republicans in here?
Now, you know what's funny about this? Chuck Schumer was just bitching about Donald Trump posting a meme that probably someone else made for him. He just posted, click. There's people that does that shit for him, right? But this dickhead had time to make a full-on video with multiple different angle shots and shit. What are you doing to stop the shutdown? Representative? I would say representative. I'm not gonna get in trouble with YouTube for this shit. What are you doing? You're out here making skits.
Republicans.
Look at this. Look, multiple shots.
No Republicans here. They left a mess and left town.
This
No
asshole
Republicans on the
has time to
train.
make videos.
Republicans. Have you seen any Republicans? Are any Republicans here?
Have you seen your psychiatrist lately? That's what I'm wondering.
Hello, Republicans.
Look at how many shots. And you know how long it takes to make a video like this? And this is not something you just put together in 5 minutes. Obviously, because I make
I could.
videos. I do this.
No, you could
I
not.
make
Not the
I
amount of.
make little
business
short
you do.
videos of my vacations. And it takes a long time to do this many shots, even. Yeah, he went a little too far with this.
Hello? 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 Hi, Democratic colleague. Max.
Oh, really? Which ones?
I'm looking for Republicans. Have you seen any?
I have been looking too. They're nowhere to be
Oh,
found.
and this
You
asshole
guys seen
joined
any
in.
Republicans?
Wait, which one's Sarah McBride there? Which is which? I don't know. Who's who here? Sarah, second.
I don't know where they are. Are any of you Republicans? No, just chorus. We're 12 hours away from government shutdown, and Republicans are nowhere to be seen. They're
This asshole took the time to make that video. All right, let's move on. Mike Johnson says congressional Democrats and mainstream media are saying that Chuck Schumer's $1.5 trillion dirty continuing resolution counteroffer does not allow legal aliens to get free health care, but it does. Here's how. The Democrat continuing resolution would repeal our working families tax cut policies that eliminated waste, fraud, and abuse for Medicaid, including all the protections against taxpayer-funded health care benefits going to illegal aliens. That's the bill. Now, he was on CNN talking to Caitlin Collins, is that her name? Well, I'm sure just was let him speak and never interrupted him and never pushed the agenda, but it's 13 minutes long, so I'm not going to play it, but it's in the links here. Anyway, people are saying Schumer shut down. Some are saying it's Republicans blaming it on Trump.
What the?
It's showing up online.
Oh, what the hell is this? This is, I don't know. Is this one that Trump did? Oh my God. Okay. Who did that? That's a Zeria something. Zerius. Let's see. Brutal. CNN, Capitol Hill. CNN. Every Republican has called this the Schumer shutdown. What do you say about that? Oh, let's listen to this. Chuck the Smarmy Schumer one more time. This is on this. Man.
Every Republican who's gone on TV the last 12 hours or so has called this the Schumer shutdown. What do you say about that name?
It's funny. I bet you he didn't bother asking a single Republican about Democrats calling it Democrats shutdown. Or did he give him time to talk about it? Let's see if he interrupts Chuck Schumer at all in this video. Think about it a while. Wait. Either he didn't hear it or he had to think really hard about this. Listen again.
Every Republican who's gone on TV
Listen to what he's an answer.
or so has called this the Schumer shutdown. What do you say about that name? Senator Schumer, can you hear me?
I can't hear.
Senator Schumer, can you hear me? I don't think Senator Schumer can hear me right now. Maybe the government shutdown included audio on Capitol Hill.
That's bullshit. Anyway, Schumer's angry that Democrats are being accused of giving illegals free health care. The law prohibits payments from Medicare, Medicaid, and the ACA. There's no money going there. Wrong. There are 1.4 million illegals on Medicaid. So here's this smart New York. Maybe.
The American people know it's not beautiful. And so they know. Our Republican colleagues know that the American people are fully behind them. When it comes to lowering costs,
Sure, shut the government down.
Also, when it comes,
I'll just stop right there. Oh, that's just a disgusting thought. Anyway,
healthcare, making sure that those premiums don't go way up. And then I spoke to Speaker Johnson directly in the room. I told him because he can't debate healthcare, if he knows not the American people are on the side of wanting these increases, even Republicans. I told him to stop making up stories. That too many Republicans are lying through their teeth. They say, oh, the Democrats want undocumented immigrants to get health care, to get the federal dollars of health care. That is utter bull.
Is it?
And they know it.
Okay, that's what he said. There's more about that, but let's see what they put on this other side of this. What's this say? Strengthen Medicaid, eliminating wage fraud. 1.4 million illegal immigrants. 4.8 million able-bodied adults choosing not to work. 1.2 million recipients who are ineligible, 0.2 million unrealized CBO anticipated growth. So that's what they were trying to limit from Medicaid. Because they're saying, oh, 10 million people are going to lose Medicaid. Yeah, 10 million people who are not eligible. So anyway, this Schumer scene stuff. Let's see. Oh! Let's see what John Kennedy has to say about this. Apparently he said this on Fox News. Let's see what Senator Kennedy.
Very quickly, Senator, just give us your recent take on this government shutdown, whether it's going to happen, and what you see at stake here.
We're going to have a shutdown because Senator Schumer and the Democrats want one. It will be further evidence that human evolution is a slow process. The reason for the shutdown, what we've asked Senator Schumer and his colleagues to approve is what we've approved 15, 20 times, but they want to shut down because the loon wing of the Democratic Party is mad at Chuck, and Chuck wants them to love him, so we're going to have a shutdown.
Okay.
Should unfold.
Senator John Kennedy. Classic.
Quickly,
Classic.
Just give us your
classic Senator John Kennedy. He does not mince words. So that's what we thought. Schumer shutdown. All right, there we go. All right. I'm close to time, but I'm going to keep going. Anyway, New York Post, obviously a little more right-leaning than the others. U.S. government shut down after 7 Democrats failed to support the stopgap funding bill. The federal government partially shut down at midnight Wednesday, hours after all the 3 Senate Democrats voted down a short-term funding bill. The measure fell 5 votes short of passing. The shutdown is the first since December 2018, which saw non-essential government operations cease and 10,000 federal employees furloughed and forced to work without pay for 35 days until lawmakers agreed on stopgap measure. Republicans need 8 Democrats to support the spending bill. Republican Kentucky Senator Rand Paul said he is not going to support any continuing resolutions. He's doing that on principle because he thinks continuing resolutions are bullshit. Anyway, so there's more story in that. And then Breitbart. Oh, now I know some of you have seen this, but Maxine Waters got interviewed about this from some other name. I don't know who this is on next. This might be, I think this is one of the reporters from, is that Mike Lindell's news outlet? I don't know what it was called, Lindell TV or something like that. Yeah, it is Lindell TV. She went and asked, this reporter went and asked Maxine Waters about it.
But are Democrats demanding health care for illegal aliens?
Democrats are demanding health care for everybody.
Okay, they cut that off. It went on and on. She said it like 3 different times. Are Democrats funding health care for illegal aliens? That's not even anyway. But anyway, 7 Democrats is trending because it's, people are saying they need 7 Democrats have to vote yes. And someone here says, I'll explain it for you since you clearly have no idea how the Senate works. Republicans have 53 seats, majority. But for continuing resolution to pass the Senate, there must be 60 votes. That means 7 Democrats have to vote yes. Schumer, the minority leader, controls the Dems in the Senate. They vote the way he tells them to. If they all vote no, because Schumer tells them to, that makes it a Schumer shutdown, which the vast majority of Americans do not agree with. I don't know how they think they can get away calling it, blaming the shutdown on Trump and Republicans. Clearly, it's Chuck Schumer, the smarmy prick. So that has Medicaid trending. It has, oh, that's the rabbit chase. It's in the links. I did put in there twice. I did. The only other thing I wanted to do today is show you Josh Hawley. Apparently was added again. I'm going to give you some extra links here. And we'll just finish with Josh Hawley here.
No, I had said.
I know.
Okay.
But it's the fact he's like, right? And I'm like, left. Right, left.
Josh Hawley at a Senate hearing with Joe Biden's former deputy director of the Office of Gun Violence Prevention. Had some interesting questions for this guy that they had a meeting with.
Why are you
My account, your account. As soon as he gets done, I'm posting the link.
This
This is so typical of what the Democrats do now after your policies have transparently failed and led to the deaths of millions
Gotta
of Americans.
think ahead of time, you know.
Your own report recommends it on page after page after page. Let me ask about something else you say. Here's what you say we ought to invest in. Instead of funding the police, here's what we ought to invest in. We need to invest in
But
programs
Alex,
that
he
acknowledge
got
the need
it.
for safe space initiatives led by lesbian, gay, bisexual, two-spirit, trans, and gender non-conforming people. What's two-spirit?
Look, I'm saying you guys are pulling some interesting quotes.
This is from your report.
If you look at the report, the focus is on investing in violence intervention, outreach workers.
What is, you say that you shouldn't invest in the police, but we ought to invest in two-spirit community programs that acknowledge two-spirit.
We are not going to discriminate against that. We're not going to discriminate against any nonprofit.
What is a two-spirit? What is two-spirit? You say don't fund the police, but do fund programs that create safe spaces for two-spirit people. What is? I just want to know. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is.
Well, honestly, I'm not completely aware of the language.
You wrote the report.
But what I'm telling you is that what is
a two-spirit individual? I mean, really, this is your policymaker's playbook. You are the witness called by the Democrats on this committee, so I assume you reflect their views. Well, you don't want to fund the police. You want to fund safe spaces for two-spirit individuals. What is a two-spirit person?
I feel like I'm looking at a two-faced individual because you talk about.
Oh no, sir! You're looking at somebody who's reading you your own words, and I'd like to hear an answer. Here's the answer. The answer is you don't have any solutions. You want to invest in gobbledygook and take away money from police officers who actually keep our community safe. And when you're called on the record, you deny it.
So, the guy couldn't even explain two-spirit. I could explain two-spirit, I suppose. It was a term made up in the 90s for that at an Indian conference, they decided that all of a sudden that people native to these lands from a long time ago had people who were transgender, and they called them two-spirits, even though the term wasn't made up until the mid-90s. At some conference, that two people coined the phrase.
Don't get my makeup.
And now people claim that there have always been two-spirit people in native. There's always been trans people in native populations. No. If there was something called two-spirit, it was some chief who was embarrassed about his gay son and just said, "Oh, he's just two-spirited." You know. So anyway, that's humorous about it. That's it. I got a lot of. I wish I had more time because there's a bunch
now.
Okay, that was just fun. So anyway, guys. Cryptic's in the house. What up, Cryptic? What up?
I'll do it quicker.
So anyway, that's all counts. And
you sure about that?
I gotta make something clear.
Damn it.
I personally don't give two shits whether someone identifies as trans this or trans that. If they're adults, they want to.
That's my account.
Do whatever you want to do. I'm kind of libertarian when it comes to that. But adults only. Don't fuck with kids. Leave kids alone. Don't try to push kids into it. And if that's what you want to do, that's your business. But I don't have to live within your reality. I'm gonna see what I see. I will try to be polite, but I don't have to abide by your desires and delusions. I don't care.
Exactly.
But live your life.
It's our right.
That's all I gotta say.
As
That's all I gotta
free
say.
citizens.
Most trans men are not gynophiles. Just it's a sexual deviation, which fine. If you have that sexual deviation, be the best trans person you can be, but don't expect me to, live your delusion. That's all I ask. That's it. Is that simple? Is that simple enough? Do I have to make any more statement about it than that? And look, don't expect people to. I saw another one of these videos about this trans woman talking about, well, men who date trans women are still heterosexual. No, they're not. They're gay or they're bi. And just because it's transsexual, not transgender. Okay? Your sex, no matter what you do, no matter what you do, what you wear, no matter how many surgeries you have, you will never be a female if you're a trans woman. You will always be male for the rest of your existence because there's no way to change your sex. Because sex is a physiological, biological thing. And if you think gender is a social construct, more power to you, but you can't change the physiological part. You can only simulate it. And, but it never changed. So be real. Have a good life. And leave people who don't want to deal with it. That's all I got to say, and that's it. So, guys, thanks for joining us Morning Night Live. Let me, how about I drop these links in the chat? There's a bunch of good stuff in the aggregator today. Aggregator today. And so here are those links. And I fast and go back. There you go. I gotta go. Thanks. My name's P-Dog Knight. Have a great day. I am out of here. Bye-bye. Yeah. And more than that.
He didn't do it. He didn't do it. He don't like me no more.
This video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, like what you saw, but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell
Oh dear Lord, heaven almighty help me.
Videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time,
Come on!
And I'm
Nope, we're not gonna go. Oh. Oh shit. Hey.
I know. What was I hearing gonna do it?
Yo.
Oh, that's awesome.
Boy! One time I thought you were not gonna do it. You did it. That was a last second thing.
That's still good.
Yes, it is. Oh, he's good. He's good. For sure.
That was awesome.
So today we are actually having a fairly easy day.
Fairly easy.
But
Still a rough day for me.
The heck?
Hold on 1 second.
No. Holy crap, you actually did a 2-hour live.
Hello, all, and welcome.
Welcome. Today, well, I need to edit a little bit because, well, actually, no. This afternoon, I will be playing the game for the hours.
So how many hours do you really gotta do it?
I don't know. Like, so far it only gave me, what was it, 70 minutes of the whole thing. Hold on. No. That's right. Open Sesame. My campaign. Oh crap! Conversation only. Okay. Nobody has clicked on our link. I already did that. I have that enabled. Oh, I forgot to put the STFC in stream. So I'm at 75 of 120 hours. And the other one, I need to get that one going like ASAP because, well, I only have 13 days. 13 freaking days.
For what?
For this one.
Oh. Hello, all, and welcome in.
Alright. I can easily complete that with I think. I should say I think.
I see where he got his stuff from about the squirrel.
Okay, so apparently I have to play that game on the Android and reach certain levels. But guess what? I can do it this way too.
Holy moly, my nose is running.
So I have to download a program, and I already know about it. Called BlueStacks. I've had to put it on other ones as well. Retry. Oh. I know what you need to do that. Open. Agree. Install. .69% and wants to stay there. Come on. Let's go. Thank you. No, you're not getting my location.
I know your location. It's all the way in the United States.
Yep. It's in the galaxy on a planet called Earth, on the continent of North America, in the country of the United States. Just to be smart. pull on it.
It was already off. It's just sticking to this piece.
All right, so sponsor number 2, which means guess what? We need to restart our computer.
Why? Why did it open your Discord?
Because I told it to. Finish. Alright. Yeah. Another one. Install. Sign in. Guys and gals, we will be right back. We have to restart the live and make it a duel because all my sponsors are over on Twitch. Air has been the red hazard. And on that note, thank you guys for joining us. We hope you like what you see. Don't forget, if you do like what you see, to subscribe, click the little bell, and smash the like button. Or baby girl. And always remember, no matter what life throws at you, no matter what crazy, irritating, uncontrollable